Welcome back to the Market Wolf, where I give you the best bear case, the best bull case, and I give you my opinion. It is Sunday, February 4th, 11:53 a.m. Central Time. We are currently looking at Bitcoin and sitting at $42,904.78. What is the bull case for this week? Well, I think your best bull case this week for Bitcoin is that you could potentially have a breakout and come all the way up to about $45,922.22. You could get crazy, although I don't see it happening, but you could get crazy and retest that top portion of the ascending channel we've been in for quite a while now, this wide ascending channel, and maybe get to about $48,908.50. What if you got super crazy and tested the top of that channel again? I suppose it's possible at around $50,000, somewhere in that range, maybe just above, testing the top of that channel. The best bear case, in my opinion, is that you break all the way down to test the bottom of the channel once again, probably roughly landing at that same support level at somewhere in the range of $40,304.14. My opinion on Bitcoin this week. Remember last week I told you that we were going to have a rise up, but it looked weak to me and I thought we were going to break down. I still hold that opinion right now. We did have that weak rise up that I said we would have. We could possibly go up a little further. That's possible. Maybe to roughly about $44,450.72. But even if we did get that slight move to the upside, I think we're eventually going to see that fail. Even if it did get higher in that part of my bull case, I do think that is going to fail eventually and break down right along this blue fib line here, this fib circle that you see here. So I do think that we come down probably to $40,304.14 in that range. If we don't hit directly on there, possibly just slightly above it, somewhere around 41,000. But that's what I'm going to be looking for going into this week, possibly into next week. And so that's the best bear case, that's the bull case, that's my opinion on Bitcoin. Could we break down further if we break through this channel? Absolutely. And if we do, it'll be a quick ride down to $36,675.84. So be paying attention to that possibility. Looking at the quant chart, it is sitting at $102.09. And as you can see, you know that if you're watching my posts on X, that I called this last week on my video and on my posts that we were going to be revisiting that $100 level. I think I called it on the nose. I think it was 27 cents, somewhere in there. And I believe that, in my opinion, we are in for further breakdown. I think we're on our way to $96.48 and possibly $95.75. I think your best bull case is that you somehow, by some miracle, and we seem to be, like in some time frames, wanting to build a floor here. So it's possible that you could build a slight floor, just kind of trending downwards and not have a direct drop down. And then you would come back up and retest $107.75, possibly just slightly higher than that. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing right now. Your best bear case is that when we land here on $95.75 or in that range to 96, that we don't stick, that maybe we put a little bear flag on here and then immediately break down further to $92.56. Really watch for that cascade effect if we break these levels. Be paying attention to that, because that could be a very, very quick trip down to retest our old uptrend here that we've been on for a little while now. You can come all the way down to around $87 or so in that range, possibly even 86. So pay close attention to this. I mean, we do kind of see a head and shoulders pattern here. If this is as big as this right shoulder gets, that would be a very fast move to the downside. So pay attention to that. That's your best bear case, your bull case, in my opinion, on quant. And just to further my opinion a little bit, I think that if we do come down to where I'm saying we come down to here, and we do get support, like I'm saying, I do think there is a possible floor here as well, where you might see some bounce back up and a retest maybe of about $105, if not a little higher. So do keep an eye on that. But I do think ultimately, in my opinion, quant is looking very bearish right now. There's no two ways about it, and so it's something we've got to pay careful attention to. I want to direct you one other thing on quant here that's important, is that if we have a total breakdown in the long term and we were to lose support around the $84 range, you're coming down to test an incredibly important uptrend that goes way back on quant. And so you really want to see us land support in this range right about here. So I mean, let's say hypothetically, if it's dropped today, right, down there, you'd be looking at maybe, about $68, right? So from that range on up in the long term to like 74, 75, we've got to hold this orange dotted line right here. That is the long-term uptrend that quant has been in. And so if you're looking for buy levels, for me personally, that's going to be, not financial advice, this is just what I'm going to do. I'm looking to buy here, I'm looking to buy here, and I'll probably just buy a little bit. If things are still looking weak here and it looks like it's going to fail, that's where my buy order is going to be, is down here. I'll be looking for major buy orders there on that uptrend. But that's just what I'm seeing, that's what I'm thinking, that's what I'm feeling. Remember, this is just for entertainment. I am not a financial advisor. I just love the charts and I'm a chart nerd. So keep that in mind as we go over this. Not financial advice for you. I'm just telling you what I'm personally going to do. And this is just the guys talking, and some of the ladies too. We need more ladies in the quant community. All right, we are looking at Tesla. We are on the 3-day time frame, and we are currently sitting at $187.91. And my case here on Tesla continues to play out. I told you we might flag here along this area, and that's what we've been doing. I also told you I expected further breakdown. I still do, in my opinion. In my opinion on this one, I do expect some further breakdown. Maybe not much. We might not touch the bottom of this channel, but I do think we go deeper into this green zone. It is possible we could test $193.69 to the upside before we have that breakdown. But that's kind of what I'm seeing right now on Tesla. That's my opinion there. Your best bull case, and I think there is one here. My opinion is not always right, although it is a lot of the time. It isn't always right, and I do admit that when it happens, because that's how you learn. And so one possibility I'm seeing here, although this looks weak, it could be building a floor. And then if you break up, like I'm suggesting there as that one part of my opinion, which I don't necessarily think is going to play out, but it's a possibility, then if you could get support up here at $193.69 and hold that area, you're building a pretty nice floor at that point. And I would expect Tesla to perhaps trade in that range a little bit longer in that case and try and build as much as support as possible as it works its way back up and becomes bullish again. It has some work to do, but it's definitely possible. Your best bear case is that you do test the bottom of this channel. And honestly, I think you're going to have buyers step in there because it is Tesla. I don't expect this channel to break down right now. Maybe if my case plays out and we do touch the bottom of this channel, or if we just get into this range and try and break back up and then fall down again, perhaps we break it and then we visit $151.84, and you've got to hold that range right there. Otherwise, you're headed back down to $109.12. But those are longer term cases. We're not talking about just like in 1 week necessarily. So that's the best bear case, bull case, and opinion for Tesla. Let's take a look at the S&P 500 and wrap this up for the week. We are looking at the S&P 500. It is currently sitting at $493.70. As you can see, since last week, our measured move has played out to the upside. I told you to be watching for this. This was my opinion, the bull case. And my opinion remains the same. I think it's highly likely this bull case finishes out and we do top out somewhere around $506. I wouldn't say necessarily precisely that, but it is possible. Everything looks ultra bullish right now. I think you could have a little breather, obviously, and have some slight blow off and come down. Remember, this is the 4-hour time frame we're looking at here. So you might see some rest periods where it comes down and touches the 20-day or even the 50-day, you know, and then you would see this progress and play out. Now, the longer bull case on this breakout phase would take us to around $561 or so, but that remains to be seen if that will completely play out as of yet or not from that previous breakout. As of now, everything looks very bullish, but it's something to keep an eye on and pay attention to. Your best bear case for tomorrow and the rest of the week on the S&P 500 is that, you know, I think you could lose support and you could back test almost this entire area, possibly coming down to roughly about $471.56. And then perhaps what we see here is a chop. Maybe this is as high as we get, and then we see chop and consolidation through here. And then we see a breakout for this upper portion here on that larger move that we have measured out as our proper technical move. But that's what I'm seeing right now. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm feeling on the S&P 500. Go back to my other videos on the S&P 500 from previous weeks so you can see the levels I warn about on a major breakdown and a huge market correction, or if we get some kind of crazy news in the market that sends everything out of whack. Those videos have the levels you want to watch and pay attention to for major market corrections. So that's your best bear case. That's your best bull case. Those are my opinions. We will see you next time on The Market Wolf.